how
They
I'd say
walked
it.
a bit. They murdered some. They built some temples. They murdered some more. They walked some more. They built another temple. They murdered some more. And then they found the place where they wanted to do their main murdering. And then they murdered. And then they had to murder more people because they murdered people to get to where they
Why
went.
does it hurt so bad? Why?
It's an old book. Very. This is like one of the old books.
Yes. What? It's in the book. That's not in the fucking book.
So God comes to Joshua and tells him that it's time to use a flint knife to circumcise all the Israelites.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all of the previous batch of Israelites had been circumcised because I don't know if you remember the time that God turned into a crackhead and came down from heaven to hold Moses against the wall by his throat and threatened to murder him because Moses had forgotten to circumcise his newborn baby. But
I do remember that.
circumcision is kind of a big deal to God.
For some reason.
Yeah.
Like the dude doesn't like foreskin and yeast. Like those two things just are his pet peeves. Like he just can't stand to see them anywhere
And
at all.
I'm sure this point has been made a million times, but like he could fix that.
Just get rid of it.
Just make it not happen anymore.
Boom. No more of either of those things that I hate.
Yeah.
Because like, man, he just made Josh likable.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, everyone likes you. Cool. You fucking got a foreskin on you though? It's like, can you just get rid of that? Like, you made us in your image, so
Right.
you could just like make sure we don't have. What did you just fucking say to me? After I just told you respectfully to get rid of your goddamn ugly fucking penis. he's got a real problem with
He does.
genitalia.
He really does. So yeah, like all the previous people had been circumcised. And then when they all died in the desert while they were wandering, nobody at any point had bothered to circumcise the 600,000 people as they were born.
Which doesn't make any fucking
Makes
sense.
no
because
goddamn sense.
God hates it so much.
So
Like,
much.
He wouldn't be killing these people.
Right.
He just waited till they just crossed the river
Yeah.
into the promised land. And he's just like, I've been very lax in the whole wiener thing. And I got to get rid of him now. Okay. I've been very, very nice. Like, being nice is just you not killing people. So we agree. I was being very nice. So you gotta get rid of your fucking gross penis skin.
Get rid of the dick tip.
Oh man, what was like fucking.
If I wanted it to
Watching-
have a sweater, I would have put a sweater on it.
I was watching some movie or something recently because that's all there is to do right now.
That's true.
And someone said something like, "Don't you touch her with your dirty dick." And I was like, it's the grossest thing I've ever heard. So for some reason, dirty dick is just like makes my fucking skin crawl, man.
I get it.
God's up in heaven, just like, look at all these dirty dicks. So many disgusting Peters. It's like, God, stop it. You're fucking weird, dude.
You're being weird again,
You're
God.
What about the vaginas? Oh, they're great. Leave them as is. They're fine. Female circumcision is a terrible, terrible thing. It should never happen to anybody. But if I see any of your nasty little pee-pees with a motherfucking name
No scarves. This is the desert. You don't need it.
you don't need it. You don't. If you wear a scarf, it keeps a lot of heat in the neck.
Right.
And you just start sweating immediately. So you better fucking trim that dick.
Yeah.
Cut it off.
If you don't, I will kill you. If you don't take off that sweater,
Fucking do it.
I will murder you.
We will cut off the extra tip of our penises. I don't think I have any
I
extra.
don't think I have any extra dick. I think I've got the amount of dick that I've got.
You ever seen Year One, man? It's
Yeah,
really
of
fucking good.
course.
I got what I got. Oh, it's so underrated. I think we've mentioned it 1,000 times when we
We
first
have,
started
but
this.
it also like kind of plays into the fact that it covers a lot of what we're talking about.
It's talking about everything that
Yeah.
we're talking about. Yeah. But it's underrated.
It is.
Underrated.
It was a very funny movie. So also, just really quick, I want to touch on the fact that God specifically tells Joshua to circumcise all of the men with a flint knife.
Okay, yes, he said flint knife. What is that like what is a flint knife?
Have you seen Flint?
I want to say yes from
Flint?
Minecraft, but
Okay, no. So like Flint is like, did you ever go to a natural history museum and see arrowheads?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's yep.
It's like getting circumcised with a fucking bread knife.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I guess that's all they had. Can you imagine being the last guy that went?
Because they're not babies anymore. They're probably like
I mean,
a couple years old.
No, they're in their 20s and 30s.
Time out.
Mm-hmm.
Time out.
Mm-hmm.
Time out.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying I must have misunderstood you there.
I think you did.
Because I just thought it was like, oh, all the babies that were born like within the past like couple years.
Every baby that's been born since they wandered the desert.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So you got like 30, 40-year-old men who are just like lining up. How the fuck did they? What?
Yep.
What? No. Where does it? Where does it say that? Circumcision at Gilgal. Okay. It's right there.
Maybe it discusses it in the thing that's titled circumcision.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Wow. Yep, it just says that. It just says. And it says, so in mine it says something. What is this? Which one is this? The New International Version.
Okay. What does yours say?
This is 5:2 for Joshua. At that time, the Lord said to Joshua, "Make flint knives and circumcise the Israelites again."
Yeah. So what he means by that is that the previous generation. So for whatever fucking reason, circumcision is the physical symbol of the Israelite bond with God.
Sure.
So
I prefer the Rasta thing where it's just you don't comb your hair and that's it.
That sounds much nicer.
It's way easier to do than cut off a very, very specific part of your penis.
Yeah. But that is what this fucking sicko has decided is what he wants.
Which doesn't make any sense. Okay, I know I keep like harping on this or like whatever. I think my neighbors like right outside my window and was like, what are they talking about? It's so weird.
Also, they can't hear me, so.
Oh no, so it's very, very one-sided. It doesn't make any fucking sense when you look at God as a character in the book, not necessarily a deity. Sure. But God is asking you to circumcise your penis, but has made it incredibly fucking clear that he doesn't like dong. He doesn't like genitalia at all. He doesn't want it exposed. He doesn't want to see it. He doesn't want other people to see it. If you do, like fucking Noah's kid got fucking cursed.
Yep. And
his generations got cursed because he accidentally saw his drunk dad's dick. Like, why does he hate dick so much? But they have to be circumcised. Like, you have to look this certain way, but also don't ever show that disgusting thing to anybody else. But I circumcised it.
I can answer this question for you.
Yeah.
Because you kind of answered it for yourself. God hates dicks, right? Like he fucking hates them?
Yeah.
Circumcising them means there's less dick.
Okay. Counterpoint.
Sure.
Circumcising them means you see more of the actual dick. There's no fucking shield.
There's not. No, you're right.
He's just penis. It's like, look. So this is a dick. Right. I'm gonna put that on there, and then you circumcise it. Now you just see the whole fucking dick.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he hates him. He wants you to cut it so you can see the fucking tip of the penis, and then you don't show it to anybody ever. You make sure it's covered at all times, and if it's not, you're gonna be set on fire forever.
Yeah.
It's so fucking weird.
It is. Well, it's in actuality, it makes sense because if you're talking about a nomadic tribe of people that lived in the desert where they didn't have access to consistent like soap and water to clean themselves, something that creates a pocket where it could get dirty if you can't clean yourself regularly is an issue.
Okay. So looking at it more practically, it does make more sense.
Yeah. Just the problem is that, you know, I mean, it seems like this is happening a lot like in adulthood. And you do get to a point where you're like, listen, man, I don't give a shit if there is somebody up there. You're not coming towards my dick with a knife. It's just not happening.
Yeah, no, thank you.
And so then they had to be like, well, then like all your family's going to die because God hates penises. And they're like, shit, oh, fuck it. Okay, just make it fast.
It is upsetting that it takes that kind of fear mongering for fucking personal hygiene just in general, so your dick doesn't fucking get any sort of diseases. But you know what, man, fucking 4 months ago I would have been like, man, you could just tell people to wash and they'll wash. That is not true. Not even at all. True. Oh my god, this whole year has been such an eye-opener.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what my favorite part is?
What's your favorite part?
My favorite part, well, it's kind of a future prediction when we come out of this, because, you know, like, no question, this pandemic is doing damage and it's going to continue to do damage for a very long time. But it's not going to wipe out the human population. Like, we're going to kill ourselves. We're going to pollute until the world catches on fire. But, like, this thing is not going to wipe us out.
Right, yeah.
And I promise you, 3 months after this shit is cleared up in some way, everybody's going to forget every lesson they learned.
Oh, dude, 100%. Everything's going to be forgotten. People have already forgotten shit, dude. Like, how many times I see posts of people, like, I want to say, like, just girls, but it's everybody. Like, a lot of people are going out to bars and shit and taking pictures and posting it on Instagram. Like, when there's a full-on goddamn revolution, when there's a full-on global pandemic, and you're just like, look how cute I look that I'm at brunch. It's fucking irritating.
It's infuriating.
You have not learned anything. Like, if you were doing that with, like, a fucking protest shirt or a sign or anything that was, like, for Black lives, for trans lives, for fucking anybody who needs help right now. But no, you're just wearing a cute top. You're going to get fucking drinks. My friend, I posted something about it on Instagram, and then my friend DM'd me and was just like, she said, the amount of times I've seen someone said, can't get a drink like this at home. And she's immune compromised, so she was fucking pissed. And I was like, if I saw someone say that, I would fucking go to their house and punch them in the fucking stomach, because that is infuriating. Because two things, like, so mad, because we're both bartenders.
Yep.
So if I ever get a drink sent back from now on, I'm gonna go to them. I'm gonna go to the table and be like, I thought you couldn't get a drink like this at home, you fucking asshole. You don't know how to make a drink. That proves it. You admitted you don't want to spend the time or money to learn how to make a fucking drink.
Yeah.
And then you come up to me and be like, this isn't Beefeater. Okay, I asked for a Beefeater and tonic.
I can still taste the alcohol. I don't want to taste it. I just want it to hurt me.
How about you fucking die?
Yeah, how about you shut the fuck up?
How about you just
How about
die?
we talk more about God and how dumb he is?
All right.
God's good. So they circumcise everybody. They start moving forward, and Joshua sees a guy in the distance, and he approaches him, and he's like, are you friend or foe? And the guy's like, neither. I am the commander of the Lord's army. And Joshua's like, holy fuck. And he falls on the ground and like worships him or whatever. And it's basically, it doesn't explain this explicitly, but it's basically, it's an angel. Like it's God sending an angel to say, like, I'm watching over you. And Joshua gets to have his own, this is holy ground moment where they're like, you're on holy ground, take your shoes off and fucking suck my dick or whatever. I don't remember
whatever
exactly
you got to do in this holy
went.
ground. You know, I do know shoes need to come off. Dick sucking is probable, but shoes, definitely.
The shoes have to come off. And then that's the end of that chapter. So then,
all right.
So this next part I get to just tell you, which is always fun, because those are some of my favorite parts. So they get to Jericho, and Jericho is a big walled city. Like, it's a big deal in the story, like that it has these walls you can't fucking penetrate sexually or get through in any way. It's just got these gates and you're fucked. You can't get through.
These walls are impenetrable.
And I just thought of something that I'm going to bring up to you if you don't point it out, because it's taken 32 years for me to put together why this thing doesn't make sense. I just figured it out right now. This is how insidious this book is. It just gets in your head and you accept shit that's wrong.
Because you have to get through it.
You have to. So God says, I'm going to give you this city. This is, I'm going to prove my power to you by letting you take over this city, which also they have 600,000 fighting men. Like, I think they could do a lot of this on their own. I don't think they need God.
No,
that's really neither here nor there.
No, but he's got to show off, and the Israelites are very used to it at this point. Yeah. So they're just like, oh God, we need your help so bad. But we only have, looks back, an army of 600,000 fighting men. What are we gonna do?
So God's like, okay, I got you. What if we do something super convoluted and totally unnecessary?
That doesn't sound like you at all.
Oh, are you just fucking with me?
Yeah.
So God says, cool. What you're going to do is you're going to take a group of priests with the Ark of the Covenant.
You're going to put priests, Ark of the Covenant. Got it. Yeah. What next?
Then you're going to take soldiers in front and in back of them, like to protect them.
Sure.
You're going to get all the priests' horns, like ram's horns, like ram's horns.
Yeah.
You're going to do a loop around the city and blow the horns.
Right.
No one talk.
Okay.
Do that once a day for 6 days. 7th day, change it up because I like
We rest.
No. Normally, yeah, right. You would think that would make sense, but not.
That would make sense.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
7th day, you do it 7 times. 7 times around the city.
Okay.
And then and then after 7th loop, this is where it gets cool. This is the good part. This is the awesome part.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
You shout, and you go like rah, and then all of the walls fall down. Yeah. What's the question in the back? What's up?
I'm scared to ask this question.
I can't imagine why you would be afraid to question me. I've shown myself to be reasonable beyond measure for generations, but I mean, yeah, no, I get it. I'm intimidated. Go on.
Okay, so circle the city 6 times.
No, once a day for 6 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Equals 6 times.
I mean, I don't know if you want to be getting into semantics with me right now, but we can.
You're right. You know what? You are right. So you want us to do that. And then on the 7th day, you want us to circle the city 7 times, and then the walls will just fall down.
Well, so you did skip one thing that is important in the whole thing. I don't want you to talk while you do it for those 6 days.
Yes, of course.
And then on the 7th day, you shout, yeah, you're and
then when you say the walls fell down, is that like a metaphor?
Walls are just gonna nope. Walls just collapse. You're gonna go rah, and then they're just gonna fall the fuck over.
But you're the one making them fall over.
Yes.
So then my question is, could you just do that last part first, and then we won't have to do anything else? What's the point of all of that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Me and the guys were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any... It's all frankly, it's kind of fucking dumb. It's a waste of time. 7 days. We have to wait 7 days, and then we go, rah, and then the walls, you just collapse them. And it's in your glory and your grace that you do that. But we have to do a bunch of nonsensical bullshit. And then you're just like, oh, look at me. I'm God. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm big and powerful. Fucking bullshit, man.
So seems like you got a little negative at the end there for my taste.
You're going to kill me regardless. So I'm just going to get it all out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's really what it comes down to is I could just set you on fire if you don't do what I say.
I'm gonna do a lap real quick.
Cool. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do that?
I'm not gonna talk though.
I wouldn't if I were you.
I'm gonna go find the ram's horn.
Yeah, cool. So the thing that I just thought about when I was telling you that story now is the story initially explains explicitly for a specific reason that Rahab's house is built into the wall of the city.
Tis.
God's like, guys, I got the fucking best plan.
And everybody in the house is who you want to keep alive.
Yeah. We're just going to knock down one wall. I'm positive it's not a structural wall.
Yeah, her house isn't load bearing, so she's good. It's only a part of the wall.
Right, yeah. So they do that.
Ah.
And it works.
Yep. So fucking dumb.
And Joshua tells the soldiers that everything in the city needs to be slaughtered and destroyed, but God wants all the money. Quote, everything made from silver, gold, bronze, or iron is sacred to the Lord and must be brought to his treasury, end quote. Joshua 6:19.
Man, I want to start a fucking religion.
I know.
Just be like, when you guys pillage this place, just make sure you give... God is a huge fan of the original run of the Amazing Spider-Man comics. So if you find any issues of that, God is a big fan. God loves Ditko, big fan of Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, fuck Dan Slott. He's got a real hard-on for Dr. Octopus. And God just doesn't understand why Dr. Octopus needs to be hailed as like the greater Spider-Man villain, when obviously he has a better connection with Venom. They're kind of polar opposites. Like, I kind of understand being more in tuned with the original Spider-Man villains, and Venom's more of like a late 80s, early 90s edition, and it feels kind of forced, but also it just works really well. Anyway, big fan of the original. Yes, what's up?
Seems like God has a weirdly human perspective on his Spider-Man fandom.
Of course. Well, let me explain that to you in the best way I can.
Sure.
God created humans in his image.
Right.
So he's going to have a very realistic human perspective of everything that's going on. Also, are you saying that you like Dan Slott as a Spider-Man writer? Is that what you're telling me right now? Because God's listening.
Does God not? Because if he doesn't like that, then I don't like it.
I mean...
I like what God likes.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Also, I don't hate Dan Slott, but Dan Slott does have a hard-on for Doc Ock, and it's fucking weird. He needs to calm down a little bit. Anytime he writes anything, he's just like, but Dr. Octopus! And it's like, calm down, man. All right? Like, just fucking... He's not a bad villain, but just like, there are so many other ones, and you just really focused. Anyway... But yeah, no, that's weird that like God loves gold and silver as much as he does.
Yeah, it's super strange.
He doesn't,
it's sacred to him.
They've never even written a story about him using gold or silver for anything. Like, people give it to him, but then he's not like, oh, let me take this gold and silver and make it into like a wonderful oasis that animals come to, so you can get food and water.
Well, no, because then he has his slaves make the stuff out of gold for him. Remember how much fucking gold is in the goddamn table they put bread on?
Dude, so much gold.
So much gold.
So much gold. It's like a solid gold table.
Solid gold. Goldmember is a great Austin Powers movie. I will physically fight you if you disagree with me.
Can I paint his vein gold?
No, you crazy Dutch bastard. They murder every living thing in the city.
What happened to Rahab?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Rihanna.
They completely destroyed everything in it with their swords. Men and women, young and old, cattle, sheep, goats, and donkeys. Joshua 6:21.
Jesus Christ.
They save Rahab and her gigantic fucking family. They move them into the Israelite camp and burn the city to the ground. And Joshua curses the city and says anybody who tries to rebuild it will be cursed.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So that's where we're going to end this episode for today. And I just want to point out really quick before you give me any maybe final notes that you got, that as an adult, I told you this story and you were like, that's fucking dumb. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. And as a child, this story is told to you and there's like, can you believe how powerful God is? And you're just like, oh my God, I never thought that anything could be so strong. It could knock a city down. So it baffles me. Like, I love that reaction, but it's hilarious.
It's so dumb. Oh no, I can't even imagine children like being told this story, but also being an adult and excited to tell people. That's also something I mean, we talked about this a bunch. I just genuinely don't understand the love and appreciation for this book in that way of just being like, dude, I can't fucking wait to tell someone about this story. This story's so good, and it proves like God's like almighty power and like his love for his people. I mean, he did have them fucking murder an entire city, just slaughter people. Like the fucking scene from Monty Python where you just go in and stab, fucking killing everything.
This city murder that they just did was like opening the case of beer before you crack one open to pregame for a Friday night out. That's how much murder we're coming up on.
Oh Jesus! This is oh my God.
This was getting the keys to get in your car, to go to the liquor store, to get the booze, to start pre-gaming for Friday night.
That's terrifying. And the wall thing, like the collapsing of the wall after they immediately
was that not the dopest thing you've ever heard in your fucking life?
No, it's amazing. It's so good. I mean, God's glory, man. You know, it's just. Why would they say her house is in the wall and then destroy the wall? Why would that be a thing that they wrote down? And then fucking who edited this book?
No one. Literally no one. Because every time you try to contribute anything to a story, you get stabbed.
This is dumb. I hate this book.
It's horrible.
This book's stupid.
Please subscribe. We have a Patreon, and there's cool rewards if you give us money. So we'll, Jasper will bless you.
Don't forget to smash that like button. Just fucking destroy it with your hand.
I'm done with this show. I'm done. I check out. That's it.
Fucking murder the like button.